Yo, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Now today, as you can see, I'm in the garage with Mia, my Mark 1 MX5. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be finishing off the smoothing in today's video. We're going to be giving it the first few coats of paint, which is going to highlight any areas which still need to be sanded and smoothed, and we'll be ready for paint in the following video. In other news, in an update, the block has been delivered. I can't remember if I did mention in the previous video, but that's been collected and it's been taken down to the engine machine shop. The guy who's doing it for me, massive top man. He's been really helping me out, sending me over lots of information. We know what size pistons we're going to need, we know what size bearings we're going to need, so we're going to order those on the weekend, and then we're going to crack on. Basically getting this completely painted by the time the engine's returned, and then all of the parts are going to be ordered this weekend, which is going to be a bit of a kick in the nuts because that's over £3 but it's going to be worth it. So what we're going to do, we're going to crack on with this. What I'm going to start by doing is basically just sanding it all so I think it's nice and pretty much smooth, giving it a good old clean, and then we're going to go over with filler primer over the areas which I've filled, so over both of the wheel wells. So we're going to go over that and we'll catch up in a bit when we're ready to paint. Right then, by way of an update, I'm pretty happy that, I know it's not perfect, but I want to just whack this coat of paint on because there's going to be little bits which I miss anyway, so this will just basically show all the areas which need to be done. Now, I've got a bit of filler primer, a bit in there, and a bit in this one too. What we're going to do, we're going to fly down to Halfords because I need to get a bit more primer. I also want to get some paint prep wipes so I can clean it all down after I've hoovered it up, and then we'll be ready to go ahead and give it the first coat of paint. So we're actually getting somewhere on this at last. Like I said, the engine's going to be on its way very soon. So once this is painted, the engine will have arrived. So bang on the money. I'm looking forward to that, and I'm looking forward to actually getting into the meat of this series, which is actually forging the engine, which is going to be the most exciting part. And I can't wait to tell you guys about the spec list. So anyway, I'm going to hop in the trusty Corolla, and we're going to head down to Halfords and pick up some bits to finish this bad boy engine bay off. So we've just come out of Halfords, we've got a couple of bits. We've got 2 packs of paint preparation wipes, some knife and fucking putty, mate. So that's for like, well, it's meant for stone chips, but it'll be good for slightly deeper scratches. 2 brand new cans of filler primer, and finally, I've got it in my pocket, I think. Hold on, we're at the lights. Let me whip this bad boy out. And some U-Pole Dolphin Glaze. Now, if you've used this stuff before, it is so good. It's for ultra fine scratches, anything like that, and that will give us the absolute dog's bollocks of a finish. So it'll be bang on the money. So anyway, what I'm going to do, I'm going to drive back home and we're going to crack on with this. And I'm actually happy that we're actually making some progress on the MX5 because it has been a hell of a long time since I've actually been motivated to do it, and I'm really looking forward for it to be back. Now, I know I've smashed out and told you that the engine is in the machine shop, but now that's there, we can actually get moving because I've got a deadline for when that gets back. I want the engine bay to be completely done and actually to have some stuff back in it. So we'll put the headlights on, the bumper back on, the arches, the fenders, whatever you want to call them, back on, brake booster, brake lines, all of that. So we've got a lot to do in the next probably month or so because I'm ordering the stuff in about a week or so. By the time that comes, hopefully it'll be within the next week, then I'm going to send the pistons to the machine shop, or they're going to collect them, either or. And the reason for that is so they can measure them so we know that the bolt is bang on, just in case there's a very slight inconsistency in the measurement between the pistons, which there shouldn't be, but better be safe than sorry. And then they're going to rebore it, do all of the engine work, and then we're going to have it all delivered back, and we're going to crack on building the engine, which I am looking forward to. And I'm also slightly worried about because I have never built an engine before. I'm definitely no expert when working on cars. I just like to think I kind of know what I'm doing. So yeah, it's going to be fun. But anyway, we'll catch up when I get home, and we're going to crack on preparing this for the first coat of paint.
It's the Hyperman set, AJ Tracy live and direct. DJ mash up the deck, the microphone champ is live and direct. Set bar, vibes in that, cruise like a 4-wheel drive in that. Take time, everything's live in that, my car ain't.
Bagging some tunes, boys! Love that! I've just seen it in this micro. When I say it was fucked, it was... bloody hell, it was fucked, mate. Enough of me fucking about in the car. We're back, and we're back for business. As you can see behind me, right there, we've laid out the arsenal. So, like I said, we've got Dolphin Glaze, 4 cans of filler primer, we've got U-Pole Easy One body filler, we've got U-Pole Dolphin Glaze, which I've just mentioned,
We've got some knifing putty, we've got some big boy ultra fine body filler. It's genuinely called Big Boy. That's not just me chatting shit like a South London big boy. So we've got that, 2 bottles of hardener, some 400 grit sandpaper, which is going to be to prepare all of the bits we do paint when they're completely done and filled, ready for the first coat of actual primer, 2 packs of paint prep wipes, and we've got some rubber gloves to stop my hands getting murdered. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go inside, crack open a cold one for the boys, and then we're going to crack on with this. And whilst I'm inside, cracking open a big cold Stella, we are going to grab the hoover. So we're going to hoover it all up, give it a once over with the paint prep wipes, and then we're going to be ready for business. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to set up the camera on a tripod, and next thing you'll see is me doing a time lapse of getting this ready for paint. Right, as you saw there, and as you can see here, it's now ready for paint. We've got to give it maybe another minute or 2 just to completely dry out, but those paint prep wipes are bang on the money, purely because they evaporate so quickly, and yeah, that looks pretty much dry already. So what I'm going to do in the meantime is I'm going to start shaking up some of these cans of the primer. Now, I'm probably going to go with the, Now, I'm going to start with the new one first. Now, thought process behind this is definitely going to lay a nice smooth coat on because the nozzle's brand new. They could be slightly blocked if I haven't done my little upside down spray technique, which empties out the nozzle. So I'm going to use these first. I can always whack them on top, and if they fuck up, I can just sand them off, whereas otherwise I'm going to have to do one coat, and if it fucks up, I'll have to wait for it to dry and sand it. So we're going to use these first. We're not going to go too thick. The plan is just to get a solid colour so you can't see through it. We're not going to go ahead and do multiple different layers because it's going to be a waste of paint. Pure reason for doing this is so we can see where we need to fill, and I can guarantee there's going to be a lot of places, which is why we've gone all out with the fillers. So yeah, I'm going to put this on. I'm not going to do it on time, so I'm just going to do a couple little sprays, and then what we're going to do, we're going to leave it to dry, and then we're going to see what we need to do next. We're going to go ahead. I'm not going to be looking at the camera whilst I'm doing this, but if you haven't seen any of my painting videos previously, all we're doing, you can still see through this. It's called a dust coat, and it basically gives the paint a foundation to attach to. So, you know, it's surprisingly better than I thought it was going to be. Now we've got these 2 fuel lines on the way, so I'm going to do that stage at the end. And as you can see, we're just going on to, we don't need to do any of these bits because I haven't filled them. We're just doing where I fill, because the rest of them is just metal and it's going to be smooth. And obviously we'll give it all a wet sand before we go for the final coat of paint to make sure no scratches or anything like that in the paint. So now we're going to have to go through here. Side is done. So now we're going to move on to this side, give it another spray, and we're good to go. Right, so as you can see behind me, I'm pretty pleased with this. Now, there are those areas which need to be filled, but this is actually quite a lot of progress in not a lot of time. Only reason being, is I thought I needed to do a lot more. So this is really kind of made everything better. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to flip the camera and show you a close-up of what this looks like. But as you can see, you can kind of get the idea of what it's going to shape out to be. And obviously, it's not going to be that colour. That looks like fucking mustard, Sam. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to flip the camera over, basically give you a closer look, then I'm going to hop inside, eat some food, and then when I come back this will be dry, and it'll be ready to give it a quick little fill over. Well, probably needs quite a lot more filling, but hopefully we'll have done the last of the filling today. I'm going to leave it done overnight, and we'll pick up this video again tomorrow, when we're going to be completely smoothing it out and preparing it for the actual first coat of primer. So, I'm fucking stoked, lads. So yeah, let's flip the camera over, give you a close-up look. So as you can see, it does look pretty smooth. I mean, it's looking a lot better. I haven't given it, a full coat. As you can see, you can still see some of the paintwork and everything underneath it. But there's loads of little bits, like see that little bit up there, just round here, which needs neatening it up. This bit along here needs a lot. So that needs work. This side's pretty good. Like there's another little bit there, just the fiddly bits, which are difficult to get to. Now I'm really pleased on this note with this little curve round here. Right, I don't know if the camera does it justice, but it's pretty good. Now this side isn't as good. So this one's going to need a bit of work. I'm going to build up this side a little bit. There's a little gap there. this is pretty good. It just needs a couple of tiny little indents filled in, that bit smoothed out. So yeah, on the whole, I'm really pleased with that. So yeah, like I said, I'm gonna go inside, eat some food, we'll catch up after lunch. Can't go fucking wrong with some waffles, son. Waffles and kebab. As you can see in here, whilst I'm eating, we've got some filler on there, which is just gonna be setting. With first of all, basically the way I'm doing it, I'm going as methodically as possible. Where the fuck is it? We're doing the big boy filler first, then we're going to go down to knifing pattern, and then dolphin glaze. Reason being is that's just basically working down in terms of thickness and in terms of the fineness or like the kind of size of the imperfections we're filling in almost. So we've got the big ones there. There's a little bit on that side in the corner if you can see it. Pretty easy to see because it's white on, I guess, a yellowy, goldy colour. So yeah, we're going to leave that to dry. When I finish eating this, then I'm going to go ahead with the knifing putting on the little bits and the dolphin glaze, and then we're going to leave it for a couple of hours, come back, give it a nice old sand, and hopefully have this almost ready to do, to paint. So yeah, we're getting there slowly but surely. Right then, so we've done all of the filler for the time being. Now the knifing putty takes slightly longer to dry, so I'm actually going to leave this till tomorrow morning. It's Saturday today, and on Sunday, which is tomorrow, we're going to catch up, continue this video, and what we're going to do is we're going to sand this all back down to the filler. We're going to give it another coat of filler primer, and then we're going to go over it with the dolphin, what the fuck is it called? Dolphin skin? Dolphin glaze. So yeah, that's the plan. So tomorrow we're going to do that, paint it, dolphin glaze. If there are any bits which I've missed with the thick filler, we'll do that before the dolphin glaze, obviously. We'll do it after we've sanded this down before we do the next coat of paint. But that's what we're going to do. So what I'll do, I'll see you all in the morning, we'll catch up then, and then we'll crack on with this. And then by the end of tomorrow's video, I'm going to promise that especially these two areas are going to be ready for paint. And the only thing that we're going to need to do after that is basically just give everything else a nice wet sand to prepare it, so to ensure that the paint sticks properly. So yeah, we're almost there. By the end of tomorrow's video, this is going to be the next video on the MX5 engine bay area. It's going to be paint. I'm not sure what's going to come first in terms of other things on the MX5. There may be things beforehand, but yeah, this is for sure the last video of this because I've made a lot of progress today. I'm pretty fucking proud. So yeah, we'll catch up in the morning, lads. See you tomorrow. Welcome back. We are now a couple of days later from when you watched the first half of this video. And we're at the exact same stage that we were with the MX5. Had a busy couple of days, so put it on hold once again. Standard me. But anyway, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to sand down all of the rest of these bits. And what we're going to do, I'm going to catch up when that's all done because you've already watched enough sanding so far in the video. So yeah, we'll catch up shortly when that's all sanded, and we'll see if we need another layer of the thicker filler. But we're getting there. We're almost ready to give the whole bay a sand, and it'll be pretty much good for the first coat of actual primer. So spot on. I'm going to crack on with this, and I'll show you in a bit. Right, so I'm back. Been working on it for a couple of hours, and one side is ready for paint, pretty much. They need a tiny little layer of our dolphin glaze filler, but apart from that, it's good to go. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to flip the camera around and show you what it looks like, because I'm really pleased with how it's turned out. Right, as you can see, it does look really, really good. Like I said, I'm absolutely chuffed with it. Now, I'm going to end the video there. I'm going to finish off the other side now, but I'm not going to film it. Reason being, I'm going on holiday tomorrow. I'm going away to Greece for a week. So I want it to be ready for paint by the time I leave, which means I've got to really knuckle down and finish this off as soon as possible. And when I get back, the next video on the engine bay will be the actual painting and the colour reveal of what colour it's going to be. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Now, there might be another video in the meantime on the MX5 because as of tomorrow, I'm placing the order for all of the parts on the engine. So I will do a massive unboxing when that does arrive. Don't know when it's going to be yet. I'm going to have to wait and see until I place the order because some of the parts may not be in stock. So I'm not sure if I'm going to have to wait a couple of weeks to get it all together. Or I send it out in drips and drabs, probably the latter. But yeah, if that comes before we're ready to crack on with the engine bay in the next video, that'll be the next video. Now, comment down below because I'm thinking of doing a Q&A whilst I'm on holiday. So just a little chilled one, either by the pool or in a hotel room. And I'll answer a few of your guys' questions. So
that's going to do it for today's video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll catch you boys in the next one. Peace.